Ariom. While we will publish the second introductory episode with Sannyasi Guru Premanand soon, I thought we'd connect today, a day later than the International Yoga Day, via the Mahabhashya podcast drops. What is yoga? Is the question I thought is relevant for Mahabhashya to address, as we are devoted to keep simplifying things for you. Much of the current discourse in the youth sees yoga as an exercise. Zoning of cardiovascular fitness is their playground. A lot of people see it as a way to stretch. Fast twitch and slow twitch muscles is their playground. Between pull days and push days in the gym, yoga gets typecasted as a filler, like a comedian in a movie award show. Our Prime Minister has done a huge service by bringing it to the forefront, but the newsmakers have typecasted it as an avenue of India's soft power. To those who move beyond seeing yoga as an activity to be done, leapfrog literally 3 streams of river as wide as the Ganga, straight away to practicing meditation. Almost all the current discourse and content on meditation, when you read or listen or see, is in fact saying, I am trying to basically relax myself. But they don't say it as relaxation. They say, I am meditating. Nothing is possible without relaxation, neither concentration nor focused activity, neither a sound sleep nor your near flawless presentation in a high-stakes meeting, neither alleviation of anxiety nor a normal conversation with your teenage daughter or son. And yet people meditate, as if it is a key that you have to open the front door of your home and enter whenever you want. That is what we have reduced yoga to. Even the name Patanjali is not spared. He wrote the Raja Yoga Sutras. Raja Yoga is subtle, it's intuitive, it's emotional in its expression. I will leave it at that. We all actually have been blinded into believing only what we can visually recognize. We can see our circulatory system because blood flows through it. We can now safely conclude that we have a central nervous system and an autonomic nervous system because we can see the nerves. We can see our lymphatic system because we can see the lymphatic fluid called lymph. And we know that we also have an endocrine system because sometimes scientists claimed to have identified and observed hormones in our body. A saliva sample will tell us the level of cortisol, for example. But our sages were the scientists of the unseen. And so yoga is unseen. Yoga is felt. It is experiential. There is no opposite state to experience in any language. An opposite of sight is blindness. An opposite of hearing is deafness. There is an antithesis to sensory stimuli, and therefore there are words that convey that opposite state. It also means that there is duality, like truth and falsehood. So you cannot always rely on what you see, what you hear, what you taste, or what you feel on your skin. Want an example? Well, over the last century, our average lifespan has almost doubled from an average of 40 years to now around 80 years. But with this increased life expectancy, we seem to have learned nothing of what to do with these extra 40 years that we have got. We now have more deaths due to chronic diseases than we have from traumatic incidents like accidents or world wars that we had in the last 100 years. We are now more depressed. We have more cases of neurodegeneration. We have more cases of cancer. We have more cases of diabetes. We have more cases of blood pressure. We have more cases of psychic disorders. We have more cases of autoimmune disorders at a per capita level than before. So much so for our ability to see more, to read more, to reason more, and to research more. But you can always rely on what you feel. Always. And therefore, you can always rely on yoga. Some might say numbness or being numb is an opposite state of experience. But that doesn't mean no experience. It means lack of experience or lack of feeling at that particular time. And so you might ask again, what is yoga? I will go back to Sage Patanjali. The first verse of the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali states, and I quote, Atha Yog Anushasanam. Anushasan here is not imposed discipline. Normally we think of yoga as a subject or as a practice which needs to be imposed on our present condition, which needs to be imposed on our present situation or our present life behavior. The moment we think as something that needs imposition or that needs to be imposed, the following narratives start to get spoken from our mouth or starts to appear as thoughts in our mind. I don't have time for it. I don't have the inclination towards it. Well, I leave for office at 8 in the morning and only come back by 9 in the evening. I know it's good for me, but there is no motivation for me to do it. Shasan means to govern, to rule. Anu is a prefix meaning the subtle nature, the micro. The subtle manifestations of personality, of our mind, of our behavior. That's what Anushasan means. Forget everything, but won't you want to get over your jealousy every time you see someone being promoted? Getting a swanky smartphone? Being more materially successful than you? Won't you want a restful, deep sleep at night? Wouldn't you want to be free from anxiety? From the tendency to get angry? To lose your mind all the time? Won't you want to be as carefree as the person you saw or met or heard the last time you were out in a world, in the social setting? Meeting new people or listening to a podcast or watching a show on Amazon Prime. Think about it. If we are able to direct, control, and focus our energy, if we are able to channelize and activate our capabilities of the mind and body, imagine the happiness that your life will be showered with. This is yoga. It is a tool to manage, to rule, to govern the subtle, the small, the micro manifestations that happen in our personality every time we live, experience the world. And through our podcast, we would keep leading our listeners in that direction. Have a great year ahead. Hari Om Tat Sat.